Welcome to the second video of the third bout of the World's Seal Faction group stage. Now, this time we have two battles again that we have not seen before or featured on my channel here in the Silver Worlds. And we also play in a different meta, the Pandemonium meta. Let's take a look at who we got here. In this video, we have here on the left, we have Richie from Mexico. We have on the right Colin from the Netherlands, and they're going to play out in Pandemonium. Let's take a look at the achievements of these players first. Richie from Mexico hasn't played a lot of tournaments at all. He played two Pokemon tournaments this season, and the first one was in Charlotte in the United States, and he actually won all of it here. He played the finals against Auburn. Auburn, one of the best players in the world, probably with the most predictable team composition, yet manages to just win everything. And in this tournament, it became very clear it's because he just shows no focus to anything else other than the games. But Richie, however, was victorious here, and pretty iconic how he just kept shouting "Vamos" to the crowd. That was cool. Anyway, the second achievement that I've listed here from Richie is that he is really freaking good at the Go Battle League. In Season 10, he got to rank number 1 on it, actually. And as we see in previous seasons, he kind of did pretty well, too. It looks like for about 7 seasons in a row, he got to top 100 at least, which is a crazy performance. Now, let's take a look at his opponent, Colin from the Netherlands. You know, Netherlands was known for having some good battlers, such as myself, Though Tactical, Statistan. But another name really stood out or popped off during the Leo regional. That was Colin, where he actually 3 Dutchmen, myself though, and Colin were in the top 8 of this tournament in Leo. That was one of the biggest play Pokemon tournaments to date by then, about 100 participants. And this iconic final where Though Tactical's Ice Punch barely doesn't KO the Noctowl, which was not buffed yet at then. Wing Attack, or sorry, Sky Attack still was 7 wing attacks at the time. But yeah, Colin swept that tournament, and I had a very clean performance. He beat me as well. Then his second good performance and play Pokemon is at Utrecht in his home country. And as we see him on the right side playing as Colin6ix, another Dutch play. He got to top 13 here, which basically is top cut. I think there were like 220 participants registered, but about 150 were at the venue. That was the first special event that had a lot of spots, so I guess that's how that first time went. The third performance he had was at the EYC, but that did not go as well. The third performance that I have here for Colin is his Go Battle League performance. As you see here on the right, he's doing pretty well the last 4 seasons or so. So there is that. Colin, also one of the Dutch battlers competing in Yokohama this season. Now let's take a look at the matchup between Richie and Colin here. The Pandemonium field is just Show 6, Pick 3. Now what's special about this meta is that it changes every week. So I believe now Quagsire is completely banned. Azumarill still in here, but it looks like both players didn't go for it. Probably because with the removal of Quagsire, Poison and Electric types became better now. I don't know if it's easy to maintain the neutral aspect that this meta had. Like, there was very little RPS with like Quagsire, Frostless, Azumarill. Those 3 were very balanced in balance with each other. And now we see more electric and, you know, steals to cover the Skuntank, and you know, we'll see. For this recording, for this battle, we only have Colin's side, which is recorded through Discord. It's not the best quality, but it is what we have here. Let's take a look here. We have Rich's team on the left, we have Colin's team on the right, and we have Colin's perspective. We have here the Frostless into the double. Frostless is just a neutral goddess. Like, has play against about everything. This is such an annoying matchup for both Pokemon. For double, it's quite bait dependent. You can take an Avalanche here, but it will hurt you. And yeah, Frostless needs to call those baits. Let's take a look here what this is going to be. No shields, and it's a wild charge. It's not pay. This double's not running payback. Probably to be just a little bit better against that Skarmory. Richie probably not feeling super great against Skarmory, because again, looking at the team, he doesn't really have a lot of great answer besides the Ampharos. Go answering the Ampharos with the double here, and double doesn't like hard counter this, but it does have a decent matchup just because of its bulk. Brutal Swing is interesting. I would definitely expect Thunder Punch, which is also more efficient on the Ampharos, but maybe Richie's running something spicy like a Dragon Pulse or something. And because the the Ampharos is so fragile that Body Slam chunks so hard. Let's see what this is going to be. This could be a nuke. No, only a Brutal Swing. So we don't know the second move yet from Richie at this point. It can be anything. Opposing double comes back in, and this already is in Body Slam range after an Avalanche. So if Richie wants to keep this, he has to shield this. Looks like he doesn't, and in the back is opposing Scarring, which could still be a little bit of the problem. I'm not sure if you probably barely live a Sky attack from here, and this is oh, it's not a CMP. No, I saw the Ash come through. It's not a CMP. This is a super effective Wild Charge, though. It's going to do a lot of damage. It is shielded, however. Now trying to catch a move, but unable to, unfortunately. This is going to get tricky. If Richie manages his energy well, he can just get to a Sky attack on the double and then a Brave Bird on the Skuntank. And it's a regular Skuntank, though, so it's a little bit bulkier than Shadow. So I'm not sure if that will even KO, to be honest. I also don't think that a Flamethrower will KO. I think it would from Shadow from here. Not from regular, though. Brave Bird comes in, Skuntank hangs on, and now you can just get... Oh, no. Now you have to turn on the Sky attack. That makes sense. But because Richie has to do that, he now also has to... expend energy on that double, which already was so close to a Wild Charge. Regular Skuntank actually really coming in clutch there, because a Shadow would definitely have fainted to that Brave Bird there. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just didn't have a Shadow. Maybe Colin just doesn't have a Shadow Skuntank. But either way, that regular one came in clutch here as that shield. Really, a lot of play for both doubles that we'll probably see every single game. But now that you as Colin have the information that Richie's not running, maybe not running Payback, it makes your process even better. And for Richie does know it is Wild Charge Body Slam now. But that probably was to be expected looking at the teams. Let's take a look at game number 2, where we have that double into the Skarmory. Again, usually neutral, but double does have the Wild Charge from, right? The double from Colin here. So let's see. Going for the Wild Charge immediately. Skarmory can definitely take this. This is about 60% damage, I would assume. And it is shielded right away. Then going into his Ampharos. Let's see what Richie has for this. This attack, even if it's a Brave, it will do a chunk. But it's all resisted. Yeah, that does a lot of damage. In comes the double, which is kind of annoying for Colin, because he can only get to one charge stack here if Richie throws pretty much right away. And yeah, just not ideal. Look at how much a Thunder Punch does, though. That is throwing that Body Slam right away. So yeah, Colin letting that go. You don't really have a good farm down on this, however. Let's see. It does have the Skuntank. You can maybe... I don't know. It is regular Skuntank, so Poison Jabs just do way less. I don't know. You cannot. You have to shoot at least one move here, probably. Let's see what this is going to be. I think that Richie gets to a Body Slam and a Wild Charge. Let's see if Colin will shields this. Doesn't shield it, and it's a Body Slam. It's a great call, but look at how much just a Body Slam does already. Definitely gets to another Body Slam. Maybe a Wild Charge. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. But you have to shield anyway. So whether that's a Body Slam and a Wild Charge. And then hard swapping that Skarmory in. Maybe a Crunch would have been enough, but it looks like Colin is just playing it safe here. Crunch is a decent move on the Skuntank. No, Crunch would not have done it. Flamethrower was it in play. What could Richie have in the back? Let's take a look. It is his own Ampharos. Probably his 3 strongest Pokemon against the Frostlass. Well, actually, Lapras might be even a little bit better. Crunch coming in does so much damage, if it wasn't shielded though. But look, we also saw how much a Body Slam did earlier from the double. Do we see Thunder Punch? Another Brutal Swing. A Brutal Swing is not same type of attack bonus, so it just doesn't do that much damage. Really good timing here from Colin and his double. Double kick is 3 turns, Volt Switch is 4, so you can just safely throw there. Throwing in the Volt Switch at the moment that the damage doesn't apply yet, and that Richie cannot catch as well. And then one double kick will take out the Pokemon from Richie there. So that's a 2-0 score for Colin right now. Very strong performance. Richie just not really wanting to bring the Cradilly, which really could be useful against like the Ampharos here. But it's not great against Skuntank, not great against Frostless, not great against, well, it's so against Double, knowing that the charge moves are resistant. You really have to catch Ampharos or the Dunsparce with that, and looks like Richie just doesn't feel like that. Doesn't feel like risking that. Take a look at game number 3 here. We have Skuntank into Lapras. Kind of unfortunate for Colin because he would really want that Ampharos on that, and yeah, he's just swapping out into the double right away here, simply because he has 2 better matchups against the Lapras in the back. This is probably the prime Frostless counter, probably a hard call from Richie here, and not feeling the Ampharos as much. Surf comes through, and then his own double comes in again, going for the body slam. At this point, Colin has so much energy, he can throw another one, which is a nice chunk of damage. Oh man, he loses CMP though. You might barely live. Looks like Colin does not want to risk it. He's shielding that right away. Next move coming in. I think you do outpace to the next body slam, so you might get a shield back there. No shield just yet. Next body slam coming in. This should force a shield from Richie if Richie wants to keep alignment. Let's take a look. Really comes down to what's in the back. Alignment could be really important, especially if it's like Cordelia in the back. Let's see. Champ. But it's a Skarmy, and it was Lapras in the lead, so this Ampharos is looking really good. But also, Ampharos can only do so much. Pardon the recording, it is Discord recorded, so not the best quality that I received, but you know, I can tell from the pixels what's going on. The Ampharos standing against this Skarmy. Now, do you shield this? He does shield the Sky Attack. Wouldn't do much damage, but otherwise you get Water Gun down. Now the Lapras has to expand a full Surf, and the time to get there, of course. Taking super effective. Volt switches first. Has to shield the Thunder Punch. This will do a lot of damage. Could have timed a little bit better maybe, but yeah, just wanting to get rid of the Ampharos, that makes sense. But I think that let's see, the Skuntank still has a lot of play. Even the double is still alive. Yeah, we saw earlier that double doesn't faint to 1 Brave Bird, but you now have the momentum to just build up to so much energy here. 1 crunch. Unless this is a Hydro Pump, this should knock out. Ice Beam could even get close. Surf does a lot there though. Going for the crunch. And now you need the time and energy to get to that Flamethrower. Can you get there? The screen freezes a little bit. That is, yeah, that's just how I got the recording. And ta-da! He's there. There, yeah. That's unfortunate how that recording is. But regardless, well played from Colin. 3-0 against Richie. That's not an easy opponent at all. So good performance there. Unfortunate for Richie. But yeah, maybe we'll see more of these players. Let's take a look at how their factions are doing after this bout. So we see here that TM Pizza, the faction from Colin, is 3rd in place, even on battles won with HKers Hank from the APAC region. However, HKers Hank has 1 more bout win at Aztec League. Unfortunately, the faction from Richie, unfortunately, is all the way down in the group stage. So both players didn't make it through. This was their only performance that I have on the channel. For now, maybe later again in the future. But yeah, I appreciate them Colin sending those recordings to me and, you know, making a video out of it. So yeah, tough run for both of them. Hope you liked the video though, and see you in the next one.